What's up, YouTube? Your boy JD. Finally getting time to do a review on my setup of the Sonicmodell Mini AR Wing. This is V2. V1, of course, it died. For those who don't follow me, if you don't know about it, V1 has some issues with the FC, and it was a bad flight controller. Then I also had some issues with the some settings in iNav, and yeah, it's gone. But yeah, this is version 2, the Sergeant. But basically, stock setup using the stock 30 amp ESC and stock servos. But one thing that I did change out immediately on this was the motor prop combo. And what I'm using on here is the ZOHD 2204 1870 kV motor. And currently this is a 6x4.5 prop. And it's pretty good. I mean, it's a nice motor. The reason why I changed it out, I mean, I had a nano tower before, and the efficiency on that particular plane with that motor prop setup was just retarded. So I was just like, maybe it'll be really good on this plane, and I got some pretty interesting results, I think, on here. But we'll dig out to that there in a few minutes. But let's go over the rest of the goodies here. GPS wise, go Ublox 8M GPS. eBay special. I'm using the this is a AKK X2 Ultimate. It's a switchable 5.8 video transmitter from 25 milliwatts up to 1200 milliwatts. And as far as the antenna for this, I'm using the VOS Video Arrow Systems Master App Screw. That's my favorite. That's just my choice. I mean, I know people joke on me all the time or have the comments about how huge the antenna is and how much they think it weighs and how not aerodynamic. But anyway, I love it. This is a custom, this is a 3D printed mount I had to make for this to actually work out the way I want it to. It doesn't cause a whole lot of drag. This air is going clean through it. Again, works out pretty good. And if any guys are interested in this, just hit me up and I may put this out there on Thingiverse. I know some of you other guys been having issues trying to figure out what to do with the antennas with this particular video transmitter. And it's a pretty good setup. I use this also, the same mount is on the Mini Sky Hunter. Works out great. I mean, for just holding the antenna up. And it's really light. It doesn't weigh that much. I think altogether it came out to be 3 grams. With PAL, whatever you call it. Anyway, but that's pretty much everything on the top side of the house. Oh yeah. Another thing I 3D printed. I 3D printed the winglet skids. I had to actually make this. I am not a Fusion 360 Pro, not at all. But it took me a while to keep tinkering around with it, and I got it, but it's working out pretty good. I mean, it's not perfect, but it works. It's saving the winglet every time it comes down, I mean, the foam itself is super tough, no doubt about that, but, I just was worried about some of them rough landings, some of the places, gravel landings or something. I ain't want to chip it up, and this works out pretty good. And I think each one of these, on each winglet's like 2 grams. One of these weighs 2 grams, I believe. 2 or 3 grams. It's not that bad. All right. That's pretty much everything on the outside. The lid, I know that's going to be another big thing. I have it carved out. Not just for airflow. I think it looks pretty cool. But no, it's carved out that way because I've been using these. It's a 4S 3500 milliamp Titan line pack. Perfect for it. And just zoom in here on the specs. There we go. Yeah, the 18650 cells. awesome. Guaranteed an hour flight time. 4S, perfect. 3,500 milliamps. CG is perfect with it. When this is inside the plane, you still have room to move this battery forward or backwards. I mean, it's plenty of space, and it fits in there really snug, and the lid does close all the way back down. But what I had to do with this lid here, as you can see, I just had to haul out the sides of it. Not completely, just down the side, just to make a little gap for it. And I made a little flap here to where this kind of lifts up. And that'll, of course, allow that battery to really fit off in there. So it flies, it's kind of like that. When that particular battery is in there. Again, I don't notice any kind of drag issues from that, any kind of weird effects from it. And I also flown this with the 3S 3500, same company, Titan, same cells. And with this particular battery in there, you can achieve CG as well pretty easy, but you do not have to cut the lid out if you plan on running this on the 3S line packs that's in this pyramid type shape and these particular cells. It'll fit it in there without you having to cut that out. All right, let's get to the inside here. Ta-da! A mess. As usual. What we got going on here, we have this is a Copter series Dragonlink micro receiver. And the other wire, I cut a hole out here in the phone to where it goes just straight out the bottom. And you can see that here. Straight out the bottom of it. That way when it lands, it's not landing directly on the wire. The wire kind of gets pushed in between there and out the way. So that's pretty cool how that came out. But yeah, Dragonlink Copter receiver, it is literally sitting on some double-sided 3M tape. Right behind it, that's a Matek F411 flight controller. And I'm using a Matek this is a Matek buzzer is what this is. And it's just kind of stuffed off in there. I know it's as usual. It's a mess. There's bundles of wires off in there. And the actual stock ESC is somewhere in there. Bless its heart. Yeah, no error. But, 30 amp ESC for a plane that's cruising around at, 3, 4 amps, 5 amps cruising. I'm not really worried about any kind of heat issues, anything like that. I mean, I've flown this plane for, so far up to 50 minutes. I've flown it and still could have kept going. And no kind of heat issues or nothing like that. That was a cruise flight. It was not flying full throttle the whole entire time. Also, 5-volt external back. Why? I know the F411 board has 2 5-volt backs on it. But the reason why I'm doing this, on the first version of the mini AR I had, the board had a defective 5-volt back in it. Whether it was defective, I did something to it from the jump, I have no clue. But that was one of the reasons why the first mini AR died. Because the internal 5-volt back it would brine out. It was burning out and stuff. So anyway, we got rid of that guy and we're using the external 5-volt back, and it's basically, I'm using that to power the camera, and it's also powering the servos, and it's powering the Dragonlink receiver. So the 5-volt backs that are built inside the flight controller is basically powering itself, and it's powering the GPS, and it's powering the buzzer. And that is it. And it's working out really good. No issues, no whammies so far with none of that. And here in the front, I put in a LC filter for the video. And this is tying into the camera, of course. And why I noticed with the filtering built into the board, I was still getting a lot of motor noise out of it still. Maybe because I got all this crap bundled in here like that. Possibly. Don't know. But once I added the filter in it, my video now is a whole lot less static free, less motor noise, you know. And this is another eBay special. And that guy just kind of tucks in. I'm thinking about putting another run cam split 2 in the nose of this eventually. Right now, it's just a regular Foxeer Arrow old camera. Don't even know if you can even buy them anymore. I had this on my fin wing Penguin, and it's nothing special there. I had to carve out the nose just a little bit to get that camera to fit snug and down off in there the way it is right now. But nothing major. And that's pretty much it. CG wise though, like I was saying, with this battery, let's see if I can get this off in here. One-handed here. Whoops. There we go. Yeah. We got it rides just like this. Here, this wire goes in there like that. It's tucked in, nice and tight. Of course, the Dragonlink antenna will be sticking up here, popping out. Yeah, there it is. I got some of the wires kind of bunched up, but you get the drift. It fits on there flat for the most part of it, all the way down. And it works fine. No issues with that. But anyway, as far as results I got with this particular setup, as far as efficiency-wise go versus this motor, this prop, and using the 1806 stock motor that comes on this plane, I would have to say they're pretty much tit for tat. I think with the 6x4.5 inch prop on this plane, it draws a little bit lower amps on cruise, and the speed is the speed is so close. I mean, it's really not that much of a difference. The main difference I see is in the amp draw. And there's a difference, of course, in watts on launch. I mean, if you go full throttle with this 6x4 and 0.5 prop on 3S or 4S, of course, it's going to pour more watts than a 5x4 prop would. But the amp draw at cruise speed is still lower. So the average efficiency numbers that I've been seeing off of this setup are better than the 5x4 prop. But, you know, it's still, like I'm saying, it's so minute to where there's not much big of a difference. The biggest difference with this setup, I would say, is that it's not as loud. That 5x4 prop, the stock motor prop combo, this little guy right here, this dude is loud on this particular plane, which is cool. It kicks off a nice sound. It's pretty cool. I'm pretty sure you might can do something to the back end of this plane, extend this out or something to kill that. But stock, the way it is stock, it is extremely loud. I mean, you can hear this plane with this motor and prop combo on there. You can be a mile out, 400 feet up, and you can hear this plane. I mean, that's how loud this prop is. With this particular prop on it, you'll be about in the half a mile range, 400 feet before you can actually hear it. But this one, easily a mile out, you still can hear this dang on plane. That's how loud it is. It's crazy. Now the NG, of course, you can't beat the NG. The NG is quiet. Nobody hears the NG. The NG can be right over top of your head at 400 feet. And if there's any kind of road noise, you won't even hear it. But when you stepping up to the mini AR, yeah, it's going to kick off some sound. So anyway, let me stop rambling. That's my video on this. That's my shakedown. You guys have any questions, anything, just hit me up. But peace and love, y'all. I'm out.